This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. You know, I was thinking about something, and I happened to watch a couple of videos on it. Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman of the South, has I've been running these Christmas lights over here for the last 2 weeks. Christmas is over. They still celebrate. Anyway, Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman of the South, has stepped down from pushing out a documentary about Russell Simmons. This is the same woman who interviewed Michael Jackson 1 minute, and then years later, after his death, put out a documentary called Leaving Neverland, where she literally tried to besmirch Michael Jackson. It was a horrible, horrible documentary that was put on HBO. I didn't like any of it. I don't even know why they even made it. You know, they never had any real proof that Michael Jackson did anything to what was that guy named? Wade Robinson, who Michael Jackson helped put on the map, by the way, in the 90s, because of his association with him in the 80s when he was a little kid. Anyway, Oprah has a bad habit of dogging out black people, black men in particular. I remember Janet Jackson was interviewed by Oprah years ago, and Janet got in Oprah's ass. Bill Cosby did too. And look who she burned. Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby. Well, the Bill Cosby part, not necessarily directly, but indirectly she kind of did. But her friend and zaddy Harvey Weinstein, she has never challenged. She's never talked about him publicly. She's never threw him out there. She did this time up thing, but she's never directly called out Harvey Weinstein. She's never called out any accused white moguls. She hasn't called out any of them. You know? And I'm thinking, you know you ain't nothing but a coon when you can call out every black celebrity who's been accused of doing this, that, and the other. But when it comes to white celebrities or white moguls, you ain't touching them with a 10-foot pole. That's bullshit. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never trusted Oprah the last 30 years. I really haven't. I ain't just started not trusting Oprah before this came out. I ain't trusted Oprah in decades because I know how Oprah's been. Oprah has always been conniving. Oprah has always attacked black men for years and years and years. She's basically been a basher of men for decades anyway. This is nothing new with her. She's been doing this for a long time. Very long time. This is her stilo. She's been doing this forever. She's always had it in for black men. And the thing of it is, she's always about pro-women empowerment. And that's on many of her shows. You never heard her talk about black men standing behind black men. You have never heard her talk about that. There's none of the shows I saw. Let's put it like that. You know? The thing about technically, she ain't never really talked much about uplifting black women, but that's another story. I mean, she has, but not like she has white people. That's why she has such a big white following. And do you know Oprah, and this is a fact, I don't care what anybody say, when Oprah first launched her television network in, I think, 2009, whenever it was, 2009, 2011, I forgot when it was. I think it was 2009. But anyway, when she first launched her network, what was the first thing she put on television? White shows. Those shows was boring as hell, too. I was like, who the hell want to watch this mess? Then, I guess a year or so later, somebody talked to her and said, hey, you know what? You need to put on some shows with some black people on it. You'll get more ratings. And sure enough, she started putting on these black reality shows like Sweetie Pies and, I forgot, Kim, my homegirl, Kim Whitley's show. It was on for a few years, and then she threw on after that Have and Have Nots, and Victoria Jackson had a weekend reality show on there, and she started building her brand. Tyler Perry really helped her out, man. I ain't gonna lie. Tyler Perry helped solidify OWN on the map to put OWN as the #1 cable network at one time. Yeah. And then she turned around and sold half of her stock. She only owned 50% of her own channel. And she sold 25%. So you know it's going to be going with it in a few years. She's going to ride it out and retire off of that. Oh, no doubt. You know. Meanwhile, I heard that her old Harpo studio, she sold it to white investors. She didn't give it back to the community. She sold it to white investors. That's what I heard. You know, never did hear about anything that she did positively for the community with her Harpo Studios. I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming it's probably true. She probably just sold it to white investors instead of giving it back to the community as a production studio, to help people, get into the business. But like I said, I've never been a fan of hers. I've never trusted Oprah for a very long time. I mean, I used to watch her. I used to admire Oprah. Just before she became the big household name that she was. I heard about Oprah back in 1980. She had a show, I forgot, I think it was called People. Some show she did in Chicago. But I think she was in Baltimore. And then she went, she was broadcasting from Chicago for a while. And my cousin had told me about her back in 1980. Before I even knew who Oprah Winfrey was, he had told me about her. I knew nothing about her. But he was talking like, man, she's a big deal, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple years down the road, I just said, yeah, my cousin told me about her, But I've never trusted Oprah. 40 plus years I've known about Oprah Winfrey, I've never, I don't know, just something about her you could never trust. She's sneaky. You remember when she said, yeah, me and Stedman gonna get married. And I told people at my job, Oprah ain't marrying nobody. One woman's like, yo, she gonna get married. Why? She gonna get married. I said, no, she not. You heard it here first. Oprah ain't marrying no man because she don't want no man. I said that in 92. Sure enough, her and Stedman never got married. She's still single. Gail is her bestie. Still. Come on now. Can I pick him or what? And I said this in 92. And people were doubting me then. But, I don't know. Like I said, Oprah, as far as I'm concerned, she's on the downswing for Whitey, or Shea Whitey, I call it, Harry Weinstein, and guys of his ilk. She's still down with them. She has yet to do one documentary. Matter of fact, she has yet to do any documentaries on anybody white that I think of. She was never done on her channel, ever. She has never done documentaries where she called out dirty white people. She has yet to do it. And you likely won't ever see it, not when it comes to her. Black celebrities, black people, yeah, in a heartbeat. White people, nah. She does a lot of period movies, too. I don't understand. She does a lot of period films. Been doing it for that, and still do, as far as I'm concerned. I like The Butler. The Butler was the last period film she did. That's another whole story. But, nevertheless, I should take this. Right here. Right there. But, let me switch gears for a minute on this. I'm still talking about entertainment now. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith was on the Breakfast Club. I think it was actually a light, kind of funny, and slightly revealing interview done by the Breakfast Club. I'm not a big fan of the Breakfast Club. They're all right. I do watch them sometimes on YouTube. I used to watch them on Revolt TV. I don't even watch Revolt TV that much, to tell you the truth. But nevertheless, because I talked about the summit last year, the horrible ass Revolt Summer they did a while back. I had a lot of issues with it. That's another whole story. But the interesting thing about it, and by the way, Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys for Life is coming out this Friday. I'm going to wait on the reviews and wait for the crowds to die down. Next week was the week I was going to go to the Washington Car Show and do a live podcast from there, which I still might. I may go give you the review on Bad Boys for Life. I like to do it this weekend, my old late one. I want to wait till the crowd down. All right. Now I said, well, I could get our tickets in advance through Fandango. Shameless plug. Fandango, I could go and get our tickets, and we'd be in the house by the time we walked in there. But I don't. That's another reason thing. I don't like going to theaters too much in crowds. The last really crowded movie I saw was one of the best films I've seen in a long time, The Dark Knight. That was a badass movie. The Dark Knight, the Batman film. Payoff was, that movie was crowded. I remember my son and I went to go see that. I forgot when it came out. We went to go see it up in Bowie, man. And that place was packed. I've been to theaters before where it was at least 70% crowded, or maybe even 80% crowded. That thing was to capacity. We saw it the day it came out. You couldn't even hear a mouse squeaking in that moment. Well, maybe you could, because you could hear nothing else because everybody was quiet. But that's the last time I was at a crowded movie theater. I'm not really into crowded movie theaters too much anymore. So, especially when the movie came out the first day, and then like the last time, my wife and I we went to go see Rush Hour. There was Rush Hour 2, and we were driving all the way around across town to try to find a theater that had a showing that was open and available. Sold out everywhere. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and wait and give you that review in about a week or two after the movie's out. That's usually what I do anyway. Although I wait a long time for Queen Slim, which you can actually also hear directly on my channel here. It's an on-demand episode that's already loaded. I did my review on Saturday. More details right here for all to hear TV on YouTube. All right, now I was telling you about the Breakfast Club, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence interview. Really good interview, by the way. It was, I've seen better interviews done by other people, but the Breakfast Club did a pretty decent job for the most part. They asked a lot of questions, and actually there were other questions I wanted to hear, but one question they got to that I was kind of interested in was the one where they talked about Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship with Tupac. And Will he rarely admitted that he was not really a fan. He was a fan, although he respected and admired Tupac as an artist. He just wasn't really sold on the fact that he was crazy about the fact that Jada had any kind of relationship with Tupac. He said that he was jealous of the relationship that she had with him because they were so close. And he really missed out on the opportunity of being friends with Tupac as a result. But I remember hearing back in the day that he was actually scared of Tupac. Not only was he jealous of him, he was actually scared of him, which is possible. We're around the same age. Anyway, but I kind of figured that something was up between them two. You never saw them together in public anyway, and I did hear that he did have a little beef with him. That's the actual rumor that I heard. But they were never friends, and I'm assuming he was not needing to attend the wedding. But Will Smith did admit that he was kind of butthurt about Jada being friends with Tupac, even though there was no physical, sexual attraction. I don't know about sexual attraction. There was no. It was just a friendship and nothing more, according to Will. But can't wait to see Bad Boys 3. It looks exciting as hell. The rumor mill has already started that there's going to be a Bad Boys 4. And I'm like, really? You barely know about 3, and 3 looks amazing from the trailers I've seen. I ain't about 4, but yeah, they're already rumoring around about a Bad Boys 4. But you know, they did the same thing with Rush Hour 3, so it's gonna be a Rush Hour 4. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's not with the original cast anyway. But that's another whole story. But nevertheless, that's my take on the entertainment report for right now. Yeah, I once in a while I do cater off and go into talking about entertainment. You know, I'm just disappointed with Oprah. You know, that you know, I don't know, just, you know, bashing black men and not doing the same when it comes to white people who do the same kind of stuff. It's BS to me. I'm sorry, it's complete BS. You know. So, and the fact that she's not, when it comes to our communities here in this country, she don't rep us like she do everybody else. She don't. That's a known fact. All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. That's all I got. Of course, questions or comments or reviews or debates or what have you, I can always be reached. DJ Wolf Live. Yeah, DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com. That's DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com. My YouTube channel is For All to Hear TV. Make sure you put the number 2 in For All to Hear TV on YouTube. You can rate, subscribe, and comment. And also, I'm on Spreaker.com/DJ Wolf Live if you want to hear my on-demand episodes on there as well. All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. That's all I got to say. I'm out.